For the Mustangs, we have number 1, Callie Habel. Number 40, Chloe Weiler. Number 14, Hannah Hogan. Number 32, Elizabeth Ovitt. And number 30, Liliana Lentz. But on the floor right now. A ball stolen by Schaefer. She goes in for a layup, misses the ball. We have a rebound shot put up by Jenna Schweiss and missed, got the rebound the second time and was fouled on the shot. So Jenna Schweiss will go to the line to shoot 2. First one was no good. First game back for Jenna and from an injury from the first time they played BLH at Hector. Second shot is good. She just cleared the play and is out on the floor. Got Berenick haunting the ball, and shot attempt put up by number 14. Haugen was blocked by Lee. Gets the ball over to Berenick. We get the ball down to Berenick. Berenick puts it in for 2. 3-0 in favor of the T-Birds. Number 1 with the ball, Habel. Gets the ball in the lane to number 14, to number 30. 30 puts it in for 2, Liliana Lentz. Making it 3-2. Schweiss with the ball into the front court, into Schaefer. And we have a foul called as she was making a move to the basket. Fouls on number 5, Jocelyn Kramer. Ball thrown into Schaefer. Round to Schweiss. Back to Berenick. Put up a shot. No good. And now we have a foul called on number 11, Brianna Roche. Her first. Ball gets thrown into number 5, Kramer. She's bringing the ball up the floor. Throws it to number 32, Ovitt. And the ball is stolen. And Schweiss intercepted the pass, and it was tipped away out of bounds by the Mustangs. T-Bird ball. Lee throws it into Roche. Roche brings it up, throws it over to Berenick. Over to Schweiss out on the top. To Roche. Into Schaefer. Schaefer puts it up and in. Taylor Schaefer for 2. 5-2 the score. Favor of the T-Birds. And 32 dribbled the ball out of bounds. Henningsen in for the T-Birds, replacing Lee. Henningsen throws it in to Roche. Roche brings it up the floor. It's the ball to Schweiss. Schweiss into Schaefer. Schaefer traveled. Mustang ball. Berenick intercepted the pass. Shot was put up by rebound shot put up by Henningsen on the miss. Now BLH with the ball. Number 14 put up a shot, missed, rebounded by Henningsen, gets the ball to Roche. Roche over to Berenick, to Schweiss. Schweiss back out to Berenick at the top of the key, into Schaefer. Schaefer tries to get a pass to Henningsen, but it sails out of bounds. Mustang ball. Gets the ball into 5, Kramer. She brings it up the floor to number 32. And we have a shot put up There was a foul on the floor before the shot on GFW. Number 21, Taylor Schaefer, her first, team second. Both teams have 2 fouls. Number 1, Abel throwing the ball in. Just a 7th grader. Tries to get the ball inbounds. We have a tie-up. A jump ball. It will stay in the possession of the Mustangs. The ball into number 50, Seitz. And she traveled. She drugged that pivot foot a little bit. She disagreed, but the referees called it. Roche with the ball. Gets it over to Baranek. Into Henningsen. Henningsen put up a shot, missed, and it was rebounded by Schaefer, and Schaefer put it in for 2. And pass was intercepted by Roche. Gets the ball to Schweiss, and Schweiss puts it in for 2. 9-2 the score. Basket put up and in by, I think it was 32. I'm going to give it 32 the basket. Ovett. Schweiss with the ball to Baranek. Schweiss goes up, puts up a shot, no good. And she was fouled on the shot. She will shoot 2. Number 30 got the foul. Liliana Lentz. It's a team 3rd. And her first. We have a timeout on the floor. 10:16 remaining in the first half with GFW 9 and BLHS Mustangs 4. Time back in with Schweiss going to the line to shoot 2. She has 3 points at the present time. First shot bounces off, no good. Second attempt by Jenna Schweiss. Also no good. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Number 30 has the ball. Lentz gets it to number 50. Michaela Seitz, and she traveled. Lee back in, and Emily Keene in the game for Taylor Schaefer. Schaefer and Schweiss out. Roche bringing the ball up the floor. Gets it over to Lee. Into Keene. Keene put up a shot. No good. Went out of bounds on the Mustangs ball. She gets the ball into number 32. Ovett. Ovett brings the ball up the floor. And its pass is picked off by Roche. Roche puts it in for 2. Ball into number 32, Ovett. She's again bringing the ball up the floor for the Mustangs. Gets it over the midcourt stripe, and then it's knocked out of bounds by Lee of the T-Birds. Number 5, Kramer back in for the Mustangs. He's to throw the ball in. Throws it into 30, and then 32 ended up with the ball over it, and she turned and traveled. Lee throwing it in for the T-Birds into Brianna Roche. Roche brings it up the floor. Over to Bernick, and to Henningsen. To Keene, to Bernick. She puts up a shot, no good. And ball went out of bounds. Last touch by the T-Birds. Number 50, Seitz to throw it in on the side. Number 1 back in the game, Callie Habel. In for number 50, Michaela Seitz. .32 with the ball over it. A young team out there by the Mustangs. Shot went up, no good. Rebounded by Keene. Up to Lee. Lee takes it in, no good. Rebounded by number 14, Haugen for the Mustangs. And tried to make a pass to number 1, and it went out of bounds. Last touch by the Mustangs. Lee to throw it in for the T-Birds. Gets it into Roche. Roche travels. (11-4) the score. 8:40 remaining in the first half. Ball comes in to number 14, Haugen. Over to number 32, Ovid. She gets it into the front court. Dribbles it off of her knee and goes out of bounds. It'll be T-Bird ball. Roche bringing the ball up the floor for the T-Birds. Into Keene. Back. And Bernick puts it in for 2. 13-4 the score. Number 32 bringing the ball up the floor for the Mustangs. I think we're going to have a jump ball. This time it will be GFW possession. Schweiss back in the game for Roche. Lee to throw the ball in. Schweiss bringing the ball up the floor for the T-Birds. Over to Lee. Into Henningsen. She turns, puts up a shot, no good. Picked up on a rebound by Seitz, number 50. Gets it to 32. Ovid bringing the ball up the floor. Back to Seitz. To number 1. Tipped away by Keene. 30 grabs the ball, puts up a shot, no good. Lee with the rebound, and she gets tied up. Nope, he's calling a foul. Okay. Foul is on number 5. Jocelyn Kramer, her second. Team 4th. Schweiss bringing the ball up the floor for the T-Birds. Gets it over to Lee, into Schaefer. He's back in the game. To Bernick, puts up another shot, no good. Keene with the rebound. Back to Schweiss. Schweiss drives in, and she's fouled. Foul is on number 30. Liliana Lentz, that's her second. And the team 5th. Schweiss, first attempt, no good. She'll get one more. Number 14 back in the game, Haugen for number 30. Lentz, who has 2 fouls. Second attempt by Schweiss also misses, and rebounded by the Mustangs, and 14 takes it down the floor, and she was fouled by number 30 for the Jenna Schweiss, her first. We have a timeout taken by the T-Birds. 7:07 remaining in the first half. GFW 13 and the Mustangs 4. Back ready for action. It will be the Mustangs' ball underneath their own basket. Number 1, able to throw it in. It's the ball to 32. 32 puts it in for 2. Elizabeth Ovid, her second basket. 13-6 to score. Schweiss with the ball. The ball back to Lee, over to Baranek. Baranek puts up a 3, and it's good. Caitlin Baranek with a 3-point basket. Pass comes into number 14, almost picked off by the T-Birds, and tried to make a pass under the basket, and it was picked off by the T-Birds. Lee with the ball to Keene, to Schweiss. Schweiss puts up a 3, also good. Making it 19-6 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Number 32 with the ball, Ovid. Now it's in the possession of number 5. Back to 32, Ovid. And we have a foul. Foul on the T-Birds. Number 32 with, or 23 with the foul. Baranek, her first. Team 4th. Was on the floor. It'd be Mustang ball. 32 gets it, puts up a shot, and it goes in. Elizabeth Ovid has all 6 points, 6 out of the 8 points, if I got the one right. Pass, or the shot went up by Roche. It was no good. Now we have I think the ball was knocked out of bounds by the T-Birds on the rebound, and BLHS will take possession. One throwing it in. Cable gets stolen by on the pass in by Roche. Gets the ball down to Schweiss, over to Keene, over to Lee, to Roche. It's back to Lee, to Schaefer. Roche puts up a shot, no good. Keene had the rebound, got it to Schweiss. Schweiss puts up a shot, no good, and it was rebounded by the Mustangs. Number 1 puts up a shot, no good. And I think we have a foul called on the T-Birds. Foul will be on number 32, Abby Lee. Her first, team 5th. Both teams have 5 fouls. Number 1 at the line, shooting 2. She missed the first one. Baranek and Henningsen back in the game for the T-Birds. Second attempt by Habel. And it's in. 19-9 the score. We have a substitution by the Mustangs. Number 30 back in the game. Lentz in for number 5, Kramer. Roche, the ball. Shot put up by Roche, and it came down and was knocked out of bounds by the Mustangs. T-Bird ball. Baranek to throw it in. Gets it into Schaefer, around to Schweiss, to Henningsen, to Baranek. Baranek puts up a shot, no good. Roche with the ball, back out to Baranek, to Roche. Over to Baranek, into Schaefer. Schaefer to Henningsen. Henningsen puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Schaefer. Roche with a shot, or a ball. She goes in. Now we have Schweiss put up a shot, missed. Then Schaefer got the rebound, put up a shot and missed, but she was fouled. So Schaefer will be shooting 2. First attempt, no good by Taylor Schaefer. Second attempt. Goes in. Little bank shot, but it all counts. Ball into number 1, Cable. She brings it up the floor. 30 with the ball, and we have a foul on Henningsen, number 34. So number 30, Lentz will be shooting 2. She was in the act of shooting. First one, no good. Second attempt by Liliana Lentz. No good. Rebounded by Henningsen. Gets the ball to Roche. Roche brings it up the floor. Over to Baranek. Into Henningsen. Henningsen puts up a shot. No good. It was blocked. Ball retrieved back by Henningsen. Now we have a shot put up by Schweiss, and then came back down. She went off of Schweiss's hands with the possession goes to the Mustangs. Ball into number 50, Seitz. Ball knocked out of bounds by Schweiss. It'll be Mustang ball. Hable throwing it in. Gets it into number 14. Stolen by Schaefer. Excuse me. Schaefer knocked going in, kicked the ball out of bounds, and Mustangs get possession. Number 50 bringing the ball up the floor. Now we have a jump ball at the free throw line. So the possession arrow points to the Thunderbirds. Lee throwing it in to Brianna Roche. Brianna Roche's first game back also after an injury. To Lee, to Baranek. Baranek puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by number 50. She gets the ball. Okay, possession. The ball was knocked out of bounds by the T-Birds. Number 5 in now, Kramer for the Mustangs. And we'll have a timeout taken by the Mustangs, I believe. Yes. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first half. GFW 20 and the Mustangs of Buffalo Lake Hector Stewart 9. We have a foul on the T-Birds. Number 30, Schweiss. That's her third, I think. Yes. No, 32. Lee got her third. 32 for the Mustangs. Go to the line to shoot two. That's the 10th team foul. No good. Baronick gets the rebound, gets the ball to Schweiss. Schweiss over to Roche. Roche puts up a shot attempt. No good. Oh, and she traveled. So the Mustang ball on the side. 22-12 with 21 seconds remaining. 32 brings the ball up the floor. Ovid for the Mustangs. And she lost the ball out of bounds. 12 seconds remaining. GFW ball. Roche to throw it in to Schweiss. Schweiss bringing it up the floor. Gets the ball to Baronick. Back to Schweiss. To Roche. Schaefer put up a rebound shot. No good. End of the first half with the score GFW Thunderbirds 22 and the BLHS Mustangs 12. Alright, back ready to play the second half. Mustang ball. Number 32 has it, Ovid. Being guarded by, we have a 5-second call as Hallie Blake is starting for the T-Birds this half. And had a 5-second call as being closely guarded and not making any penetration. Blake gets it over to Lee. Schaefer turns around, puts it up, no good. And it was last touched by the Mustangs. T-Bird ball. Blake throwing it in to Baranek, to Schaefer, to Lee, to Roche. Roche puts up a shot, no good. Saved by Baranek. She gets it into Schaefer. She falls down, and the Mustangs have the ball. 32 to number 1. Hable to number 32, no good. Number 30 with a shot. 32 retrieves it on to number 5, and now has the ball. Kramer to number 32. Ovid. Ovid puts up a shot attempt and didn't get up there, and Schaefer grabbed the ball, gets the ball to Blake. Blake goes to Baranek on the side. Baranek puts it up, no good, and we have a foul on Taylor Schaefer. Schaefer's third personal foul. Henningsen in for Roche. Mustangs bring the ball up the floor. Number 32, Ovid. Over to number 1. She drives into the lane. Almost lost the ball. Number 5 now has it. Kramer to number 32, Ovid. She puts up a shot attempt. Comes off. Last touched by Henningsen, out of bounds on the rebound attempt. Mustang ball. 32 with a shot, gets the ball and puts it in for 2. 22-14, favor of the T-Birds, but Schaefer with a turnaround, no good. Lee with the rebound. Gets the ball to Blake. Blake puts up a shot attempt, no good. Tipped back out to Blake again. She goes in for a shot. This time I think she's fouled. Not sure who the foul is going to be on. Foul's on number 40, Chloe Weiler. Blake will go to the line, shooting 2. First one is good. Second attempt by Hallie Blake. No good. Did not hit the rim, so the Mustang ball. Mustangs throw it, and it sails out of bounds, trying to get the ball to number 14, Haugen, and it was a little too high for her. Blake gets the ball, brings it up the court. Ball over to Lee, to Baranek. Baranek turns, puts up a shot, no good. Taylor Schaefer just picked up her 4th foul. .32 brings the ball up the floor, Ovid for the Mustangs. Gets the ball to number 50, Seitz. She puts up a shot attempt, no good. Henningsen with the rebound, gets the ball to Blake. Blake hustles it up the floor, gets the ball to Lee. Back to Lee, to Schaefer. Schaefer rebounded by the Mustangs on a missed shot by Schaefer. Number 50 or 30 puts up a shot attempt, no good. Number 30 grabbed the rebound and tried to put it up, and it went out of bounds. Brianna Roche back in, replacing Schaefer. Hallie Blake bringing the ball up the floor. It's to Roche. To Baranek. Baranek turns, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by number 1. Callie Hable to number 32, and she did a little hop and then tried to make a pass, but that's a travel. T-Bird ball. Blake bringing it up the floor, crosses midcourt, gets it over to Lee. Lee in for Henningsen, down to Baranek, to Lee, to Henningsen, to Blake on the right side, to Henningsen, to Blake has the ball, puts up a shot, no good. Henningsen with the rebound. The ball to Lee, to Baranek. Oh, Baranek did that. Blake throws the ball to Roche, it goes through her hands, out of bounds. Mustangs bring the ball up the floor. Number 32 bringing it up. Ovitt gets the ball into number 14, Haugen. To number 50. She puts up a shot attempt. No good. And trying to save it from going out of bounds, it was number 32, Ovitt, but was unsuccessful. So GFW ball. Blake bringing the ball up the floor. To Lee on the right side, to Roche. Baranek on the baseline, into Henningsen, to Blake, to Lee, to Roche, to Baranek, to Roche, to Blake. Blake over to Lee, into Henningsen, back out, and now we have back to Blake. The Mustangs playing a little 2-3 zone there, and ball's tipped away by Baranek and retrieved by Blake. She brings it all the way down to the baseline, puts up a shot attempt, no good. Roach retrieves it, get to Blake, to Lee, to Baranek, into Henningsen, back to Baranek, and that goes over to the Roche with the ball. To Blake. Blake puts up a shot attempt. No good. Rebounded by number 30, Lentz. To number 32, Ovitt. She brings the ball across midcourt. Tries on the left side. Gets the ball to number 50, Seitz. And Blake steals the pass, intercepts the pass, goes in for a layup for 2 for Hallie Blake. And we have a timeout. We have a timeout taken by GFW, 8:20 remaining in the game. Score 25-14 in favor of the T-Birds. Callie Hable throwing it in to number 32, Ovitt. Ovitt brings it up the floor, being watched by Blake. To number 30, to number 5, Kramer. To number 14, Hogan. Hogan drives into the lane, gets the ball out to number 30. Tipped away, retrieved by number 30, now 32. Ovitt has the ball. Like tips it away, but she gets the ball back. Now number 14, Hogan has the ball. And number 30 got a rebound shot, no good. And we have out of bounds, last touch by Blake of the T-Birds. Mustang ball. Barrett gets the ball on the throw-in shot. Gets the ball over to Blake. Blake puts it in for 2. .32 with the ball. Over to 30 to number 5. Over to number 14, Hogan. To number 32, Ovitt. Ovitt drives into the lane. A timeout taken by the Mustangs. 7:10 remaining. GFW 27. BLHS 14. Ball into number 30. She put up a shot, no good. Lee with the rebound, gets the ball to Hallie Blake. Blake brings it up the floor for the T-Birds. Over to Brianna Roche. Into Abby Lee. She turns, puts up a shot, and it goes in. (29-14) in favor of the in favor of the T-Birds over the Mustangs. Ball stolen by number 32, and she was fouled by number 5. I think that's her 4th foul. Lee throws the ball into Hallie Blake. No, we got the ball underneath to Henningsen, but she was fouled, putting up a shot. She'll shoot 2. Lexi Henningsen on the line. First one no good. A lot of missed free throws between the two teams today. Second attempt. Falls in. Bounces up, comes back down to the basket. They get 30-14. Score. 14 with the ball, drives into the lane and loses possession of the ball. Blake to Lee, back to Blake. Blake bricks it up the floor. Over to Abby Lee, into Taylor Schaefer. Schaefer back to Lee, to Blake. To Roach, into Henningsen. Henningsen turns, puts up a shot, no good. To Lee with the rebound. To Schaefer. And now we have a foul called. Number 5. Ooh, I think she just fouled out of the game. Number 50 replaces her, Michaela Seitz. Blake with the ball after the throw in. Puts up a shot, no good, taken by the Mustangs. And number 14 with the ball now, Haugen. To number 32, Ovitt. To number 30, to number 32, she puts up a long shot, no good. Another attempt by the Mustangs, and this one goes out of bounds. GFW ball. I'm not sure who put up that second attempt, but it sailed out of bounds. Like to Lee in the front court. Over to Roche. To Blake. To Lee. To Roche on the right. Into Schaefer. She turns, puts up a shot. Good! Taylor Schaefer for 2. 32-14. 14 with the ball. Gets it to 32. She puts it in for 2. Blake brings the ball up the floor. Sit over to Brown Roche. To Lee. To Blake. Blake into Schaefer. She turns, puts up a shot. No good. Roche saves it from going out of bounds, but it was retrieved by the Mustangs. 32-1. One puts up a shot. No good. Schaefer with the rebound. To Blake. Blake brings the ball up the floor. To Abby Lee. Into Schaefer. To Henningsen. Henningsen puts up a shot. No good. 32 with the ball, and it was tipped away by Brianna Roche. Mustang ball. Into number 32, Ovitt. She brings the ball into the front court, gets the ball to number 1. She puts up a shot, rolls off. Schaefer with the rebound. Gets the ball to Blake. Hallie Blake. To Roche. Roche back out to the top of the key. To Lee. Henningsen. No good, and we have a foul. On number 34, I think. Yep. Lexi Henningsen with her 3rd personal foul. Mustang ball. I think we have a timeout taken by the Mustangs. 3:39 remaining in the game. .14 puts up a shot. Almost goes in, but sails out of bounds. Last touch by the Mustangs. Blake gets the ball. As the Mustangs are putting a little pressure on. Gets the ball up to Lee. Back to Blake, over to Baranek, into Henningsen. Henningsen turns, no good. And the Mustangs give the ball, 32 over it with it. Shows the pass attempt for number 50, but it was behind her and it sailed out of bounds. T-Bird ball. Blake gets the ball. She brings the ball up the floor. Being guarded by number 32, Ovid. Over to Baranek. Back to Baranek. Baranek puts up a shot. In and out. Rebounded by number 30, Ovid, and 32 with the ball. Oh, no, 30 was Lentz. I'm sorry. Now Blake with the ball on the, and we have a double dribble. And we are back to play with number 32, Ovid with the ball. Baranek intercepts the pass, goes in for a layup, and it scores for Caitlin Baranek. .32 with the ball into the front court, Ovid. And Blake takes it away, gets the ball to Schaefer. Schaefer brings it up the floor. And nice play by the Mustangs to not allow a fast break layup, and the pass was intercepted by Schaefer under the basket, and she put it up for a shot but was fouled by number 50. Her second, Michaela Seitz, her second. And the first attempt by Schaefer is no good. Yeah, 2-shot foul. Second attempt by Taylor Schaefer. No good. Didn't touch iron, so it will be Mustang ball. Ball must hit the rim on a free throw. Mustangs bring it up the floor. Number 32, Ovid. Pass, tried to get it to number 1. She picked off by Baranek. Blake brings it up. Gets it over to Hirosh. Hirosh back out to the top to Baranek, or to Lee. Over to Hirosh has the ball. Puts up a shot attempt. No good. And tried to save it from going out of bounds with Baranek, but was unsuccessful, so the Mustangs take the ball. 32 with the ball, Ovid. Over to number 50. Down to 32 on the side, and that's a unique bank shot, but it went in by number 32, I think, made that one. Baranek with the ball on the baseline for the T-Birds. Out to Roche. Over to Blake. To Baranek. To Blake. To Lee. To Roche. To Blake. To Baranek. To Blake. Back on the wing. She drives. Gets the ball to Schaefer. Schaefer puts it up. And it rolls off. Rebounded by number 14, Haugen. Haugen brings the ball up the floor, gets it to number 1, Hebel. Baranek steals it, gets the ball to Blake, and Blake brings the ball up the floor. Gets the ball over to Lee on the right to Schaefer, and Schaefer fouls. She was being double teamed and took steps. 32 to throw the ball in, Ovid. Number 1 comes up, takes the pass, gets it back to number 32, Ovid. Pass knocked away by the T-Birds. Mustangs retain possession. 4 seconds remaining in the game. 1 second remaining. And I think it's still Mustang ball. Horn still has not sounded, but it was touched and off and on real quick, so there's less than a second left. Alright, final score of the junior varsity final game of the year for these girls. GFW 34, BLHS 18. We'll have senior recognition of the GFW T-Birds. We have a couple of seniors going to be playing their last regular season game here today. And then we will be back after that. Right now we have Coach Bussey out on the floor.
Two of the seniors on our basketball team. If I could have Abby Heinpies and Bailey Peterson join me out here on the floor.
These two seniors are Abby Heimkes and Bailey Peterson.
They're the ones I'd probably like to see. Okay. Before I have a few things to say, but before I do, Olivia Schwarzschild would like to speak on behalf of the team.
So today we're recognizing our two lovely seniors, and we want to look back on the amazing years they spent with the sport. Miss Abby Heinpies has dedicated many years to this program. She works hard in practice and is never afraid to laugh at herself when she makes a mistake. But nonetheless, when those mistakes happen, she's determined to make herself better from them. She is also never embarrassed to be comfortable. Her baggy sweatpants and giant sweatshirts are something we all recognize, but must admit she looks pretty good in them. The pair of both Abby and Bailey bring so much energy to every practicing game. You can always count on them to step up and lead a drill, bring chatter to the floor, and give you an extra push or pick me up when you need it most. Miss Bailey Peterson actually rejoined our program this year, and we couldn't have been happier. This girl always has a smile on her face and is always cheering on her teammates in the weight room or on the court. She even cheers on our terrible locker room concerts. You never doubt whether she has your back or she's going to give her absolute best in everything she does. We admire you, Bailey, for your determination and positive outlook. Our two seniors have built some amazing relationships in this program and had an impact on their teammates, both in the gym and in everyday life. It's hard to say goodbye because of all the treasured and shared times we've spent together. You are a rare duo, and we miss you always. Never stop smiling and work hard in everything you do in life.
I too would like to add a big thank you for your efforts, not just today and in this season, but for all of the seasons that you've been a part of GFW basketball. Not just for efforts on the floor, but for the connections you make with all of your teammates outside of this gym. It means a bunch to all of them. And for your representation of GFW, your town, your school, our communities. I know a bunch of us up here are certainly proud of how you do that. So we're proud to have you a part of GFW basketball for many, many reasons, including basketball and many outside of that. Okay. Proud to have you part of our team. Let's give them a hand.